Good evening, I'm Tanya Cruz, and I would like to welcome you all to my very first show. This is going to be a very exciting show. Today's guest will be none other than our very own Luis Caballero, comedian and filmmaker, as well as the renowned playwright Juan Shamsul Alam. Please stay tuned as we return. And by the way, I will be performing at the end of this show, so don't go anywhere. Welcome back. Here we are with our first guest, Juan Shamsul Alam. I'm so happy that you can make it here. So how are you?
I'm doing fine. It's a pleasure being here.
So what have you done?
Well, I've done quite a few things. A lot of writing plays, but now more basically into film. I'm doing a lot of film. I've written quite a few. I have like a couple of in the can, so to say, so to speak, rather. I wrote a film called Seven Diamonds. I just came back from Puerto Rico. I was out there with Tito, Trinidad's father, and we're negotiating something over there. And I'm doing something here called The Dragons and Latin Assassin. So I've been very busy, very busy.
And what types of plays do you write?
Contemporary stuff about basically about families, dysfunctional families. I mean, I find that we need to know about these families, who are dysfunctional. People who get drunk, people who use drugs, abuse their kids, this, that, and the other. We need to see more of that. A lot of things are being hidden away from, especially in the Latin community. People don't want to. Everything is fluff, fluff, fluff. You know what I'm saying? And we need to see what's going on. That's the only way we're going to learn.
So you basically write from life experiences.
Yeah.
And you advise other writers to put this into consideration.
Of course, I think whatever they see around them, whatever they see in their house, put it on paper. You never know. You may be the next Pulitzer Prize winner or pen winner. But I think that they should. Don't give up. Don't give up. Write. Don't give up. If someone doesn't want to produce your work, do it yourself. Doesn't take much to rent a space and have a reading of it. You never know. Somebody may be there and pick the play up.
So did you go to school to learn how to write, or was it just natural talent?
It's natural talent. Everything I learned on my own.
Wow.
I had nobody teach me anything, And let me tell you something. I received a Pulitzer Prize nomination, 5 Villager Awards, Pan American Award, right? A Brio Award, a McDonald Award. I'm published in 5 different books. I did this on my own. Nobody had to. In fact, I went to college and all that, but still, I didn't. What I took up was accounting. It had nothing to do with playwriting.
Yeah, that's what usually happens.
Yeah.
Do you think it has to do, that topic about going to college and doing something else, it has to do with the pressure that other people put on you, as in, how do I say it, like saying, oh, you're really going to be a writer. Disbelief and doubting you that you studied accounting because other people, or
well,
you just didn't know at the time?
No, well, I always had writing. Writing has always been in my heart, I mean, ever since I was more expressive as a writer than I am a talker. So I was a listener. I listened to everything. And, people would say things, I listened. And I started even learning how they, the different dialects and stuff like that. So when I've been reviewed by New York Times, Daily News, the Post, the audio, you name it, and they say I have a good ear for dialogue, because I've always been a listener,
I'm kind of curious.
Mm-hmm.
What is the time that is best for a writer to write and express his feelings?
From 12 a.m. to like 10 in the morning, because everything is quiet. I mean, for me, I work better at night. I can't work in the daytime. It's just at night, I'm by myself, in front of the computer, and doing my thing. I mean, my daughter, Alea, she keeps me up, so she'll cry, so I'll get up and run, to take care of her and all that. But, it's cool, because I'm watching her, you know what I'm saying? But that's when I can write. I really can get into the groove of writing and putting things together, you know. Like I said, I have like about 5, well, really around 6 films that are ready to go, that are really ready to go. And I did all that in about a year and a half, you know. I wrote a movie called Ricky. That's about a dog. Latin Assassin, which is about a numbers game. Seven Diamonds is like a Magnificent Seven type of movie. Jamming. And I have something else. I forgot the name of it. Oh, The Bishop. You know. So you know, I'm prolific that way. You know.
Excellent. Where were you born?
I was born in Barrio. He's home. 107th Street. Yep.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Do you think that setting of being born there helped you as a writer?
I think so, very much so, because where I lived, I think, I'm not too sure, I think it's 210 East 107th Street. So across the street from where I lived, there was a movie house called La Boricua, right? So, and the side of the entrances, I would see a lot of things happening. And then there were like, well, you know, homeless people that drank a lot. You know, they call them bums, I call them, you know. But they used to go up the stairs and they had their little party, this, that, and I'm a little kid watching this whole thing. Then right down from where the movie was, they had a place, I think it was either RKO that owned it or MGM, and I would watch all the cowboys and Indians and stuff like that. They would, you know, that's where they kept their costumes and stuff, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, you know, I'm saying, you know, I got fascinated with that, you know?
So, what advice would you give to young people that wish to be writers?
I would say if you want to be a writer, what you should do is follow your heart, right? You know, and don't let nobody detour you, you know, because you have people that are people in this business, okay, they're stuck on structure and spelling and this, that, and the other. Forget about it. If you can't spell, you can't spell. That's why they have an editor. You understand what I'm saying? If you can't do certain things, that's why they have people for that. But if you've got a great story and you can put it out there, put it out there. You know, that's what I have to say. You know, in terms of having somebody young who wants to do something in life with themselves as a writer.
How does the process work? If somebody wants to write something and they want to send it out, get it published, how does that work?
Okay, the process goes like this. If you write a play, right? Have it typed up, this, that, the other. Then you go to a theater, right? They got cheap places around town that you can rent for what is it, $8 or $20 an hour, this, that, and the other. And you have a reading of it, right? Then you invite people potential investors to come down and see it. Or you can invite your friends and family. So what? Forget about the investors. Invite your friends and family. Do they like it? If they like it, then you have something. If they don't like it, they say, well, you know, I think you should be an accountant. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then you should go into that field and forget about writing. But, you know, that's what I suggest.
All right. Well, it's been a pleasure.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
I enjoyed this interview. I hope the viewers did as well. Thank you.
Thank
it's been
you
a
very
pleasure.
much. Thank you.
Thank you for coming.
All right.
Hold on, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with Luis Caballero, our second